What's up, socials? Welcome back to my channel. As many of you know, I am a huge fan of Twitter. It's still one of my favorite social networks, period. Especially when it comes to continuing the conversation with you after you watch the video, during, before, all of the things. It's just such a great place to hang out. I actually was getting a little frustrated because in the last couple of years, I feel like people are saying that Twitter is not doing as well, it's dying, it's not good anymore. And so in frustration, I made a video about this time last year called Why I'm Not Following You on Twitter.
See, I've been on Twitter a very long time. Back in the days when people actually said what they were up to rather than just sharing a bunch of links to their blog post.
I will link to that so you can check it out and you can kind of get a feel for why someone may not follow you on Twitter, especially if they are as picky as I am about who they surround themselves with. But today I thought we could dig into that on the more positive side and show you a couple of things that maybe you aren't doing that would make you a little bit more interesting of a follow on Twitter. But it's not about followers, it's more about meeting cool people and still showing that Twitter can be a place to build those relationships that might move the needle for you. If you're interested in this kind of networking information to go after the life that you want, I highly suggest that you subscribe for good vibes to this channel because I make new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Let's get into the 20. I doubled it. It was 10 and it's actually now 20. I was just having so much fun with this video. I came up with double the ideas. Let's get into the 20 tweets you should send every day. The first one is a really great way to kick off everyone's day, and that's just to send out a greeting. Say hello, say good morning, say what you're having for coffee, whatever it is. Just greet your Twitter following and anyone else who stumbles upon you as if you are running into each other first thing in the morning after you had your cup of coffee and you're in the mood to talk, that is. Probably my favorite part about saying good morning every day on Twitter is that I usually get the response, good evening, I'm on the other side of the world. I love you guys in those other time zones. The second one is probably obvious, and we usually check this pretty quickly if we're just logging into Twitter the first time of the day or logging in at all, and that is looking at your mentions tab and sending @replies to the people who have been tweeting to you. Also, I'm using @reply to explain sort of the technical term for what used to be an @reply on Twitter. I don't think you actually see @replies very often anymore because they changed the way it's formatted, but you get the point. Reply to the people who are talking to you because you're fortunate enough to have anyone talking to you at all on Twitter, so don't let them just sit there and wait forever to not get a response. Retweet. Good God, it's not Halloween yet. Retweet with a comment. You can always retweet, and you absolutely should, but I actually think tweets that are retweeted with an additional comment on top of them makes me actually want to read someone else's tweet even more, especially if you're retweeting somebody I've never even heard of or followed. Adding your thoughts onto it kind of gives that social proof to whoever it is that is the original tweeter, enhancing the experience for all. Link to something that is useful and also share your thoughts about it. Don't just take the headline of an article and add the link to how to get to it and not say anything about it. If you really want someone to go check it out because you think it's useful to them, tell them why. Reply to a conversation that's already happening. It could just be one person that put a tweet out into the world and hoping somebody would reply to it. That's a great opportunity to do that. But maybe there's some people talking about a relevant topic or something that's trending, and you can jump into that conversation. That's what Twitter is all about, joining in. And it's how we meet new people and how we get more interesting people to follow us and vice versa. Run a poll. I absolutely love this feature on Twitter because it just kind of catches your eye no matter who does it on your Twitter feed. Ask a question, but have a bunch of multiple choice answers so that people feel it's a lot easier to answer you. A poll is a great way to kind of break down the barrier of entry. If someone's like, I kind of want to respond, but I don't know if I have a fully thought out answer to this, so I'm just not going to. Obviously, when you click A, B, or C, that's as much as you have to do. And so polls tend to be much more highly engaged. So ask people anything, whether it's their favorite color or their favorite ice cream flavor or what you should do in your next video or your next blog post or your next career move, whatever it is. Just ask the public, see what they think. You may not go on to go with it depending on what the actual question is. Career path, that's a big one. Yeah, I don't know if I would run a poll on that. Ask a question in an @reply to someone you kind of wish you knew better. Maybe it's not as high level as a celebrity. But maybe you find somebody interesting, whether it's a blogger or a thought leader of some kind or a speaker or somebody you read their book. Do you have a question for them? Pose that question on Twitter and see if you get a reply. There's a lot of people that watch my videos, but there are very few who watch my videos and also ask me questions after they watch on Twitter or even in a comment, but ask me questions so much and get me thinking about how to reply to them so often that I remember who they are. So a really great way to get on people's radar is to make yourself memorable, ask a question, and show that you're listening. Upload a photo or photos to share a moment. I know this sounds really obvious because people upload photos to social networks all the time. I think Facebook is where we got obsessed with it. Instagram is where we got much more particular and pristine with it. But Twitter is still sort of this place where multimedia takes up a huge amount of the newsfeed, so you can get a lot of attention by sharing a photo or four. It definitely makes for a much more interesting tweet than just saying something in general in 140 characters. Pop. Make it pop. The tweets that pop are the ones that get the hearts. Participate in a trending topic or a trending hashtag, but actually provide a valuable thought around it. It's always a great idea to get in front of another audience that may not have known you existed, especially if it's a trending hashtag like hashtag Monday Motivation or hashtag Woman Crush Monday. No, Amy. Oh my God, you're the worst. Or hashtag Woman Crush Wednesday. Make sure you're not just doing it to do it, because if you actually come up with something thoughtful or something that is actually kind of funny or entertaining, you're much more likely to have that hashtag activity pan out instead of it just looking like you're trying to troll the hashtag and maybe get some silly attention. Ask for support. I like to let my Twitter followers know, or any of my friends that happen to be watching over there, how they could support me today. What am I up to? Whether it's I'm about to go pitch a new client. Oh my gosh. Send me good vibes, you guys. Send me good vibes. Or if it's, I have a video coming later today, but it's late. So we're gonna have a later viewing time than usual. So please still watch it. I'd really appreciate your support. That type of conversation is totally normal in real life. And you can have that happen on Twitter because you're showing that you need that support system, and that's why they're following you. That's why we're all following each other on some level. So ask for it. I love this one. Introduce a couple of people to each other. When you introduce two people to each other on Twitter, it is like the easiest thing in the world. Step 1, check to see if they follow each other on Twitter. Step 2, if they don't, start drafting a tweet immediately. Step 3, if you just write their @handles at the beginning of the tweet, you don't necessarily have to publish it to your entire feed because it's considered simply an @reply. And by saying, hey, I love what you're doing over here, person A, and I love what you're doing over here, person B, and I think you guys should know each other, in less than 140 characters, it's the easiest way and fastest shortest way to becoming a connector. And then they can decide where do they want to take the conversation from there. They can look at each other's profiles and go on. And then later when they're like best friends or they get married or they do business together or something, they're going to be like, our friend on Twitter, that one, what would we have done? Where would we be today without her? Share a link to something you made. You guys probably see me do this on Twitter all the time because it's either a link to a video or a link to a video or a link to a video or maybe a podcast or a blog post. But usually it's a link to a video because I'm going to let you know if you follow me on Twitter, it's probably because you're trying to stay tuned to what I'm up to on some level. You should be doing the same thing. Link to something you made. Here's a crazy one. Share your status. Remember when social media first came out and your one job was to say what you were up to? I love when people do that now because it's like a total anomaly. I love letting people know when I'm on a plane getting ready to take off to a new place, or when I'm trying some new product and just saying, oh my gosh, I'm unboxing this thing and it's awesome. Just say what you're up to. Walking the dog, who cares? The cool thing about social media was being able to look at what everyone's doing at the same time as everyone else because we all have the same amount of time. So what's everybody else doing? Let people know. Send a reply to somebody in the form of a Twitter video. I love this feature every time I see it. And oddly enough, I think I always forget that it exists because I hate typing. I don't know why I don't just do this more often. But let's say somebody sends you a tweet and they say that blog post you wrote was amazing, changed my life. Instead of just replying, thank you, you could actually pop open your little Twitter app and record a video and be like, yo, girl, thank you for that feedback. That is so awesome. I'm glad you appreciated it. Now that person went from like a blog post reader to like a huge fan, and you just made them a video, just them. Holy crap. Like that is such a fun way to become like a bomb person to follow on Twitter. Like that's just so fun. I got to do that more. I just got to do that more. I should do that right now. I'm going to do it right now. Final push to end of 2017 on high note is for me to reach my income goal. Gary Winchester just replied to my podcast and I said, tweet me with the thing that you're going to do before the end of the year. This is the perfect thing to do a video reply to. Hold on. Okay. Oh my God. I'm nervous. I never do this. Okay. Gary, that is a great goal. Thank you for replying to me. It was the first one I saw from my podcast, so I just had to send you a video message, and there is no other reason for this whatsoever. Foreshadowing. You'll see.
Gary, that is a great
Oh my God.
goal.
I think my makeup looks really good today.
I
Oh, this is so fun. I never do this, and I didn't have to type anything. Look. Gary, congratulations. Look, there's two of me. Share a GIF or a GIF if you would prefer to say it that way, but I say GIF. No judgments. Anytime you have a feeling and you can find the perfect GIF to describe it, that always makes for a great tweet. Just always. Ask a question. Go to your Twitter profile and just simply ask a question in a regular tweet. I promise you that little question mark does wonders. People do want to help others on social media. And so when you ask a question, this is a really great way to get engagement, but also get some value. The other day, I was trying to figure out how to get this thing on my phone to never happen again. And so I just asked the question on Twitter and someone told me how to fix it and it was gone. And it was like life-changing because you can't always Google something. You can, but sometimes you don't have time. And when you have this amazing community there that just might know the answer to your question, just ask. I talked about this in a video eons ago called The Tweet That Will Always Get a Reply. Check it out. Share an inspiring quote because everyone does. And also, usually you can find one that actually kind of strikes a chord with you for that day or for however you're going through. And it's kind of nice to let people ponder something based on someone else's amazing words because you shared it. Bonus points for a photo because those always get retweeted. Celebrate someone else, whether you just want to do an exciting tweet for someone's birthday or somebody just accomplished something major and you want them to know you appreciate them and are excited for them. Just make a tweet and announce it to your community so that they can feel a little bit more love from you and also your community finds out about someone new. That is pretty cool. Here's a fun one. Find a question that's being asked of someone else and swoop in there and answer it. I like to go to the search for Twitter and just like pop the question mark in there to see what questions show. And maybe someone asked somebody else that I follow a question because usually the algorithm will kind of put those things in front of you first. I like to go and answer someone's question if I can, who thought they were going to get it from somebody else because they directed it towards somebody else. Maybe that somebody else is a little bit busy, but I could be useful to them too. Bonus points, again, if the person that was originally supposed to answer the question replies, oh my God, she's so right. Conversations. Get in there. And the last tweet that I think you should send is checking out for the day. I personally like to leave my phone by my computer when I go to bed at night. I try not to take my phone in my room at all. That's very, very hard. But for at least the last half hour before I go to bed, no devices whatsoever. So why not let Twitter know? Hey, Twitter, I'm out. I'm out. Peace. Until tomorrow. Those are 20 tweets I think you should send every day. Do you have another idea? Leave that in the comments below. I want to see what kind of tweets you're sending. That's all for today's socials. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it's @Schmittastic. But make sure while you're here, you subscribe for good vibes. Don't forget to start your own Twitter storm so that you can go after the life that you want. Cheers.